Hi, Acadiana. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Happy Tuesday to you. It is November the 26th. This is Acadiana Weather Today. A short morning chat on your upcoming weather conditions and how they're going to affect your day. Had a cold front go through during the overnight hours. Had a scattering of some showers. Not a whole lot of rain, but we are left with some cloud cover here this morning. But those clouds should begin to break up a little bit later on this afternoon. And there's a look at the sky cam showing some of that cloudiness right now. It's kind of a thin layer of cloud, so hopefully as the breezes start to pick up, we mix up the atmosphere enough to get back to some sunshine, but temperatures are going to be staying on the cool side. And fortunately, all the rain has moved out of the way, so if you are doing some traveling across Acadiana today, shouldn't have any problems out there. Roadways are going to be dry, and we should see a mix of sun and clouds as we head into the afternoon. And it looks like Wednesday is going to be okay as well. We'll start to see some showers coming in Wednesday night into the early part of Thanksgiving morning. Temperatures are cooler than they were yesterday, but still fairly mild by November standards. Most of the region has dropped back into the 40s and 50s across Acadiana. Frontal boundary continues to edge out into the Gulf waters. We've got some showers off to the east over toward Georgia and Florida and into Alabama as well, but high pressure is going to build in now behind the front, and in the upper levels we've got more of a zonal flow, so the next several systems are going to be zipping across the country fairly quickly. But this one tapped into some cool air. The next two are going to tap into some rather cold air, and I think we're going to see some of the coldest conditions we've seen in a long time here in Acadiana over the course of the weekend. So again, the upper level pattern, we call this a zonal flow, as everything's kind of flattened out. We don't have any big troughs or ridges out there, just kind of straight lines going west to east. So these systems move fairly quickly, but there are areas of colder air up around the Canadian border. We haven't quite tapped into that yet, but another low that's pulling out of the southwest is going to generate a new low over West Texas, which will take a little bit more of a southerly track, and that will give us a chance for some showers going into late Wednesday and the early part of Thanksgiving morning. And then once that front goes through, Thanksgiving afternoon, temperatures will probably start to drop as things get a little bit blustery. But for today, big ridge of high pressure in place, so the skies should gradually clear. We'll get back to partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures should approach 70 degrees, some upper 60s across the inland parishes, and then temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s overnight tonight. We'll get the colder air to come in over the weekend. As far as the offshore waters, some improvement in our nearshore waters. We'll see north winds today at about 10 to 15 knots and seas about 3 to 4 feet early on, but things should relax a little bit later on this afternoon, and skies should remain clear out over the Gulf of Mexico. The rest of the tropics, we're still watching kind of a broad low pressure area over the southwestern Caribbean. Some models are still suggesting maybe some tropical development, but it actually might not happen until after hurricane season ends, and we may see some development in the early part of December. Doesn't happen very often, though. Over the past 100 years or so, only about 13 or so systems have been active during the early part of December, and only a handful of those actually formed during the month of December. But the National Hurricane Center showing no tropical cyclone activity over the next several days, but we will talk about that later today on Let's Talk Tropics, and I'll also revisit Hurricane Milton, the fifth of 5 systems that hit the Gulf Coast this 2024 season. Your high today should be around 69 degrees. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, a little more sunshine as we get into the mid part of the day, then only dropping back into the mid-50s tonight and quite warm tomorrow as highs will climb to 78 as that southerly wind starts to return and we get that moisture to return as well. So it won't be very cool Wednesday night or early Thanksgiving morning with temperatures in the mid-60s, but notice the temperature doesn't recover a whole lot on Thanksgiving. We'll see those chances for rain Wednesday night going into the early part of Thanksgiving morning, and then temperatures reaching a high of about 67 during the late morning hours, and then starting to fall with blustery conditions in the afternoon and some very cold conditions coming in over the course of the weekend. Well, that's a look at your forecast. I hope you enjoy Acadiana weather today. If you do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on those notifications. And also, don't forget you can hear my forecast daily on Big 102.1, Planet Radio 106.7, as well as Freedom 95.1. That's mornings, middays, and afternoon drives. And in between, you can check out my social media pages, both on Facebook and X. And don't forget to tell your friends to become a subscriber to Acadiana Weather Today, just like over 3,300 folks have already done. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Have a great day, and I will see you on Wednesday.